Many thanks for joining us on the What's Trending. I am Moses Omogana. So today we start off with politics. Buhari to probe Yaradua and Jonathan's government. The National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Monguno, retired, has set up an investigative committee to look into the purchase of hardware and ammunition in the armed forces from 2007 till now. Now, this action was taken in obedience to an order by President Muhammadu Buhari that all arms procurement deals since 2007 must be investigated. And of course, moving away from that, still speaking arms and ammunitions. The Department of State Services has in fact charged the former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, retired as well, to court for alleged illegal possession of firearms. The service, in a statement by a DSS official, Tony Opuyo, on Monday in Abuja, said Dasuki was charged to court for owning firearms without license. The DSS on the 16th of July carried out search operations on Mr. Dasuki's residence in Abuja and in Sokoto. After carrying out the search, DSS operatives claimed to have recovered 7 high-caliber rifles, including magazines and military gears, at the houses in Abuja and in Sokoto. They were reported to have also recovered 12 new vehicles, including 5 bulletproof cars from Mr. Dasuki's house. Investigators believe that these items were illegally purchased. And of course, interesting comments about this from Blogspot. For example, from Kesa Sozi says, Buhari names 13-man panel to probe Jonathan and Yaradua. Since Umaru has passed on, how about we substitute Obasanjo in? And Nene George says, okay, we are waiting patiently for the outcome. Tamia Lexia says, propaganda, witch hunt. Anonymous replied, saying, everyone must play by the rule. This is not a case of witch hunt. What is wrong is wrong. It's time we start calling a spade a spade. Chidima Okere says, okay now so them go catch all of una one by one. And Debbie Damsel says, I just hope they are not deliberately trying to put Dasuki in trouble for what he did not do. But if he's really guilty, he should be punished as soon as possible. And Anonymous says, please, how about those vigilante boys carrying arms with alacrity in all nooks and corners of Nigeria? Do they have license? Some of them even pose as policemen and abuse innocent citizens as they wish. Can they be said to have assumed the duties of state police, which the federal government has refused to legalize? Caution must prevail before they begin to challenge real, legal, professional policemen. Thanks. Wow, interesting comments there. Well, we shouldn't raise or pass judgment on this because he's yet to be found guilty. Let the DSS or the investigators carry out and do their job. Now, this takes us to issues of accidental gun discharge. A drunken one, I might add. There was pandemonium at Majidun area of Ikorodu yesterday as a naval personnel allegedly shot 3 people, leaving them in a critical condition. The interesting part here is that the naval officer was allegedly drunk. It was gathered that the incident occurred around 3 p.m. at Tipa Park when the naval officer, suspected to have been drunk, allegedly left his duty post to unwind. He visited the park and started playing with his gun, which went off and seriously wounded 3 people who were going about doing their businesses at the park. The gunshot caused pandemonium as business activities were put on hold for hours while the victims were being rushed to the hospital. The victims were said to be in critical condition and were immediately referred to Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Luth. Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Patricia Amadine confirmed the report, adding that the suspect has been arrested and was currently being detained at the naval base in Ikorodu. Now, going online about this for reactions, Ed Dream says, Say no to alcohol, but some people no go even here. He should be jailed though. And Dora Michael says, Choi, this one a witch from his village. Oh. Which kind drink be that from naval officer? Not even police. There is something wrong somewhere. So what is Joma trying to say? That only a policeman can be drunk? Now, wow. And Ogodiron says he's a disgrace to the naval. Quick recovery to the injured there. And Juliet Tiwuno says, what nonsense. I hope something is done about this. So Debbie Damsel says, is he supposed to drink and get drunk when on duty? Very foolish human being. He better be praying the people he shot should not die. If not. And Ms. Ferragamo says, I hope this isn't swept under the carpet. Wow, this is really in bad taste. As somebody has already suggested, this shouldn't be swept under the carpet. Getting drunk, drinking on duty and getting drunk on duty. And apart from that, risking other people's lives in the process. This really should be taken very seriously with those involved. Now, taking this to the world of sports. So, Nigeria's fastest woman comes in 8th position in 100 meters at the IAF World Athletics Championship 2015. Jamaica's Shirley Ann Fraser-Price won the race, while European champion Daphne Shippers came in 2nd, and American Tori Bowie finished 3rd. Despite Blessing Okabare's loss in the race, she's still considered Nigeria's fastest woman in the history of the World Championships. Interesting. I actually saw that race and I saw her where she was lagging behind. Well, the report says she came in 8th, but really, technically speaking, she came in last because they actually 8th lanes on the race there. But like it says, she's still our champion, but probably she needs to train harder or needs to, get some training techniques done as best as possible for future or subsequent championships to come. Now, before we call it a wrap on this one, on the what's trending, now, take a look at this picture here. You see this clown here. This picture, or clown as people have called him, was recently tweeted online, but it also comes with a story from the victim or the source. This is what the person said with the photo when it was being tweeted. It says, this happened at CMS area of Lagos this morning. This last mile officer stopped our staff bus for no reason. People came down from the bus and pleaded with him to let us go, but he insisted that we must turn and follow the alternative route. When our bus was about to move, he started displaying stupid acts. This was a stupid act the last mile official was displaying. I'm not saying that whoever tweeted this picture, might in fact be right. I'm not saying that the person, this might, really happen, but personally speaking, I have been a victim of these last mile officials. Sometimes, even when they stop you for a reason and you show them all your particulars and everything has been settled, they still just want to have unnecessary chats with you in the name of of the brown envelope syndrome. But I think this has to stop, and I can imagine when this man sees himself online, with anyways, with that, it's a wrap on the what's trending. If you have issues trending in your local community that you'd like us to talk about, tweet at me with the Twitter handle at Moses TVC News or with the hashtag What's Trending. We would definitely love to hear from you. Many, many thanks for watching. I'm Moses Morgana, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye for now.